Okay, we are recording. So thank you guys for joining. Super excited for this call because I know this is one of those subjects that we could talk about a lot is Facebook posting. And it's something that I constantly have to be reminded about. So I'm actually really excited about this call because it's one of the most frequent ones I take messages on because it just helps get my butt in gear better at Facebook posting and gives you new ideas and just, oh, I love it. So I'm really excited because I have Mandy, Libby, and Lori are going to share tonight, and Lori is on her phone. So we've got her on here with us, and they're going to share some tips and just kind of some things that they have learned and different things that they do with Facebook posting. And so, like I said, I'm really excited about that. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to let them talk first because I'm anxious and want to listen to them. And then I have some notes of things that if they don't cover, some thoughts that I had today that I wrote down, and then I'll just pick up anything that might be important for the way I have kind of posted. So we're going to just get started. So we're going to start out with Mandy first, and I'm going to let her share, and then we'll go on to Libby and then on to Lori. So take it away, Miss Mandy.
Hey, everybody. So I know I've talked about this on other calls, but I'm just going to start like you've never heard a word that I have to say. Very basic right here. Posting on Facebook, this can be so overwhelming, I know, and I know a lot of people are posting and maybe they don't know if they're doing it right, maybe they're not doing it right, or maybe you're doing perfect. I'm sure we have all different levels out there. So, you know, when I started a long time ago, we were like taking stuff off the website, copying and pasting and taking, it was just awful. And now I look back on my Facebook memories and I'm just like mortified. I can't believe anyone even commented or liked a single thing I did. I don't know how I ever got a customer or a team. But things have come a long ways, and we have so many resources out there and so many posts. First, I hope that you are friends with quite a few Plexus people so you can be watching their posts. I do that a lot, and if I find one I like or that really is getting a lot of attention and catches my eye, I'm gonna save it. So do you know how to do that? You can go down and save a post. You click on it and it says save post. So I do that, and I try to get a bunch stored up because I want to post every day, but some days I'm just sitting there like, I got nothing. I can't think of anything, but I've got to post something. So I can go back to my saved ones. That's one tip, is saving posts. What to post? We need to watch what we post. Compliance is very picky. We can't list any diseases or medications. We can't say we're going to heal anything. So if you're sharing somebody else's post, make sure theirs is compliant. Just because they posted it doesn't mean it's compliant necessarily. Because Plexus is out there watching posts, and you don't want to get in trouble and have to remove your post and edit it. Going back to that, if you're sharing someone's post, don't ever just hit share on someone's post, because maybe their link is in there somewhere, or maybe it's not compliant or whatever. You want to make sure it's coming from you. Plus, it doesn't get as many views if it's not a public post. If it's a private, just friends only post, it's only going to go to a few people. If you're sharing their post, if they're friends with them, I believe they'll, if they're mutual friends with them, they'll. So not many people are going to see it. Just don't do it. Copy and paste it, or save it and make it your own. Maybe add your own graphic to it. When you're doing a graphic, it's great to have you holding a bottle of something or your pink drink. Maybe you don't even need to say Plexus. You can just be like holding your bottle or pink drink. I mean, I can't believe how much energy I have today. I feel fantastic, or slept great last night, ready to take on the day. Something like that. You don't even have to say Plexus in them. But mix up your posts. Maybe do one with the testimony and then one with you doing that, and maybe just another post about something else. Don't do the same one over and over, just about product. Mix it up in there. And sometimes I'll see a post and be like, oh, I'm not going to use that, but I save it. And then I go back and I post it one day because I don't maybe think it's that great a post. And all of a sudden I get a new customer out of that one. And whereas some days I do and I think this one's fantastic and I get nothing from it. You never know. And how Facebook works, people don't always see it. You want to mix up your posts too. Don't just do Plexus. You want to mix it up, do some personal stuff, maybe some inspirational quotes, and your Plexus posts. what was I going to say about, oh, negativity. Never, never. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you have a bad day. Don't ever post that on Facebook. I mean, you don't have to be fake, but just keep that to yourself. You don't have to put that out there. Only do the positive things in your life. You want to share that, but nothing that someone could look at negatively. One other little tip that I have that I've started doing quite a while back, and it's worked wonders for me, is when Facebook reminds me I have 7 friends that have a birthday today, I go through and message them obviously individually, not a group message. I message them and just, happy birthday, hope you're doing great, hope you get spoiled today, whatever, but as a private message instead of on their page. And that gives you an open message with them and an open conversation. I've had people reply back, of course, thank you so much. And it looks like, Plexus is really, they'll bring up Plexus to me. And I've gotten customers and ambassadors that way from just sending someone a happy birthday message. Whereas if I'd posted it on their page, they would have just liked it or said thank you, because they don't want to start that conversation on their public page. So I think, I think that was about all I had to share with you, a few little tips, and I hope you learned something from that.
Awesome. Thanks, Mandy. Great job. All right, Libby, you are next.
Okay, so I was waiting for Jeannie to refer to her Plexus Bible, but she didn't do it, so I get to do it. There is a whole section in here, chapter 4, page 28, that talks about Facebook. Okay, I love this subject, actually, and a lot of that is through trial and error. When I first started, was I one of those that posted all the Plexus-y graphics? It sure was, and it didn't work so well, and it was frustrating. And so one thing that I'm going to say is that the more real you can be in showing people who you are, the more attention you will get. If every graphic that you post says Plexus, I will even scroll right on past you. And I am looking for posts to copy from other ambassadors. And so it's not attractive to me as a Plexus ambassador. It definitely wouldn't be attractive to me as a customer or potential as well. So go back and do like some auditing of your own Facebook page and really look at your posts and see if they speak who you are as a person. What do you love? Branding was really hard for me in the beginning, but really think of like 3 of the favorite things that you love. What are some of your hobbies? Do you like to ride motorcycles? Do you love dogs? Do you travel all the time? Like, what are things that you love? Talk to those people that are in your kind of like same group of people, right? So vulnerability will get you there. That's going to help you speak to those people that want to see that you're genuine and that you're not out to just sell something. And so I encourage my team a lot to post videos. And it is really neat to watch the feedback that they get when they just have that super vulnerable moment and they are letting people know what they're doing and why they're doing it. And just the feedback that they get is super, super awesome. So if you haven't done a live video yet, I'm going to challenge you to do it because it's really rewarding in many ways. If you do happen to, like, I just recently posted the whole thing that's like, give me your numbers, like 1 through 14. What speaks to you? What are you looking for? Don't get discouraged if people aren't liking that or commenting on that, because when somebody likes something, a lot of the time it'll show their friends, like so-and-so liked so-and-so's post. And when it has a lot to do with health benefits or health things that could be going wrong with them in a health aspect, they don't want people to see that they liked that post or that they're having issues. So don't think that just because you're posting those and not getting reaction doesn't mean that you're not speaking to somebody, okay? So keep those up for sure. I think I had 2 comments on mine yesterday, but I actually have 6 conversations going. So just know that people don't want other people to know that they don't feel well. So don't get discouraged by the lack of likes. And then engaging posts. People love to give their opinion, for sure. So if you are not going to cut your hair, I haven't cut my hair, still haven't dyed it, haven't done anything, but guess what? I get crazy response from putting should I keep my hair how it is? Should I cut it or should I grow it out? It is unreal how many people want to tell me what to do with my hair, okay? So after you do an engaging post like that, what that's doing is that's getting people commenting on your feed, and now you're going to show up in their news feed. So after you've done an engaging post like that, usually do it morning or afternoon, so that in the evening you can do a Plexus post, and all those people that have commented on that post are now going to see that Plexus post. So really do those strategically. This little book suggests that you do them twice a week, okay? And just really with, like, a lot of this is gonna be repetitive of what Mandy said, but be yourself. Do a personal post, do a funny post, a motivational post, like be who you are. Not everybody's gonna see every single post. So also mix up the times of day that you do them. Don't always do your Plexus post in the morning. Don't always do your Plexus post at night. Like, mix it up. If you're in the IPA group, we have different times of day that we do stuff, and just kind of mix it around, you know? Compliance is a big one. Been tagged and I was super frustrated. I'm like, I'm so good at that. I try so hard to watch it. But it is something that you need to learn. It's important. If we want this company to stick around and be a legacy company, we have to play a part in that by making sure we know what we're doing when it comes to compliance and why compliance is important. Okay, alignment. I talked about this on my last call that I did. We have to be in alignment with what we are, and we are Plexus. That does not mean that I post donuts and pizza and cookies all the time with my block bottle, okay? Yes, is it great for those reasons? I'm not a big fan of selling it as a cheat, but it is part of what we do, and people do want that. However, living a healthy lifestyle, being healthy in our choices, being ethical in what we do, just like Mandy said, don't voice your drama all over Facebook. That's not attractive to people. We need to be attractive. You need to attract the type of people that you want to be on your team, and you have to be the person that is the epitome of what you want to attract, right? Okay, I only have a couple things left. I have really had great success when Dusty kind of posted about this about a month ago, is when you are personal. Not just vulnerability, but when it comes to your testimony, why did you start Plexus? You know, share your story or find other people's stories, and those can be a little tricky too to share. So, you know, if you need help learning how to share someone else's testimony, just reach out to your upline and they can let you know whether it's, you know, compliant or not to share. But yours for sure is going to be super effective to those people that you're trying to reach out, because they want to know how it helped you, and maybe they could help them in the same way. And then my final one is, do not post your website. Don't ever post your website. That right there is going to show us that you're in it for the sales. Plus, the most important thing is that you are missing out on so many opportunities to have a conversation. And that is what this is about. We are not here just to get high PV and make a ton of sales. We are coaching them on how to have better health. Not look at my website and get what you think is going to work for you. That's our job, is to hear what is wrong with them and direct them towards the regimen that we feel is going to best suit their needs. So don't ever post your website. Make that conversation something that you cherish and that you can help direct them down the right path. But that's all I have.
Awesome, Libby. Thank you, thank you. Great tips. Awesome. Okay, Miss Lori, she's on the phone, you guys, so she'll be. Lori, do you want me to unmute you? Let me unmute you, Lori, because I think I can easier for you. Hang on. Okay, all right, Lori, I got you unmuted, so take it away when you're ready.
All right. Well, first of all, I concur with Mandy and Libby. So I will just do a quick cleanup. They've covered pretty much everything. For me, being in Plexus now 4 years and 6 months, and on Facebook the entire time, I have truly have had to work on outsmarting Facebook, and it has been a challenge. However, I would say in the last year, I've kind of mastered it a little bit. And by mastering it, what I'm referring to is getting traffic back on my Facebook page. I love the graphics, love them, but I really refrain from them anymore because, like I stated, I've been in this for quite a while. So bottom line is they've seen it. I've gone through GoDaddy, and so I have a hashtag, and that has been probably one of the smartest things I've done, because I will throw on there my hashtag powerinthepink.com. It's the hashtag, so it's not really looking like my full-blown WW. And I've had a lot of people that will go and they'll go to it. The other thing I've learned is kind of like what was stated, people are watching. And just because they're not hitting like on your stuff, it is mind-blowing how many will go ahead and message you or go ahead and go on your website and order. Because honestly, not everybody wants their business out there. So I have to stick 100% with really try to be very careful about not overdoing it and keep it. I'm going to use, for example, Marcin and Jane Keller. They do really good with their, in my opinion, their motorcycle shots that they're they're out on the road, they're showing shots of their dogs, all this stuff. And to me, it really does kind of pull you to their Facebook page, and you look at it and you go, oh, that's wonderful. And then, yes, they throw in some Plexus posts. That is what I've had to do as well. I also realize it's not a one-size-fits-all. We're all individuals. We need to basically do what fits us best. I put a lot of ranching pictures of my kids. This kind of stuff pulls the traffic in, and then I will go ahead and do some Plexus. Unfortunately, it is gotten to be kind of a little bit of a trick. Facebook will, if you get too carried away, from what I have been told, Facebook does kind of block what we've got going on. So just be careful with the graphics. I know there's some really cute ones out there. And just do what fits you. Find your groove. And like Liberty had said, if you have questions, then contact your upline, whoever that might be. And just go out there and share the pink, because it is helping a lot of people, and your personal story is really the best story that you can share. And that is it.
Awesome. I totally agree, Lori, and I love what you said at the end, that your personal story is really the best that you can share, and being vulnerable goes back to that. Thank you, Lori, so much for those tips.
You're welcome.
Love it. Okay. So yeah, you guys, they covered an awful lot and just pretty much everything. Amazing, amazing tips. A couple things I wanted to touch on, because one of the biggest ones too that was mentioned was being vulnerable. I cannot stress that enough. And it's something that we are so most uncomfortable with, but it is really the one that gets the most people's attention, to realize that Plexus is real. It's the real deal. This is not just some other, supplement company coming and going through. We're here to stay, because we have the testimonies from years and years and years, and people want to believe. They want to believe, but there are so many things out there, you guys, that you really have to give them that reason to believe in you and show your passion. And one of the biggest ways of doing that is by being vulnerable. I just think that is so important, like the videos. Doing a video talking about that is so hard to do, I know, but people love it. And like was mentioned too, on, a picture of you with a product and just a couple sentences explaining why you love that product. telling people about, you don't have, sometimes they can be TMI, too much information that some people will give, but you know what? I have seen those posts go through, and those are the posts that get the most traffic on private messages because so many people are suffering with that issue, okay? So you got to be kind of creative on your vulnerability to put that stuff out there, but you can do it. Consistency. It's probably the number one tip that I have, is being consistent. It takes 6 exposures. When you're a brand new ambassador, it takes 6 exposures on average for your friends and family to actually kind of pay attention to what you posted. They see this Plexus thing, they see your first post. You may get some great response on that first post. You may not. You may not get any likes, no comments, but people are watching, just like was said, and they want to know more, but they want to know that you are serious about this and this is the real deal, like I said. So consistency is a big way to show that. So when you put that first post out there and you're like, hey, I've started this great opportunity and amazing products. I'm super excited. Can't wait to see what, how I feel in the next couple of weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever your first post is, they see that. But they want to know what else you're going to post. They're probably not going to contact you until they start seeing, okay, well, kind of tell me a little bit more about this, but they're not going to reach out to you to ask you more about it. There are several people on your Facebook that are expecting you to post more information. So they're going to be going back and stalking you and probably searching your name and seeing, okay, so what did Mandy post next after she started this? We want to see what this is about. And then they're going to go stalk her Facebook and see, okay, she posts a little bit about the products, a little bit about the business. I'm kind of intrigued. Mandy's going to build that curiosity, because that's the biggest thing. People, you got to kind of be, like I said, tricky about building their curiosity. Don't give them everything. Kind of make them come to you, okay? It's really, really fun. It's not hard, I promise, but just use that as kind of a guideline of, you want people to contact you. So think about that and how would you contact, somebody if they're posting what you're posting? What is going to be the key for you? What's going to be that key to say, hey, okay, if that person posted this, I'm really intrigued. I'm really interested. Okay, think about that with your audience. You've got to keep posting. It's the biggest thing. You will lose your audience. They will think immediately, if you don't continue to post, that, okay, Mandy's not serious. She didn't post again. This is just one of those things. Done. Okay, and it takes a little while to get that person back. So don't give up when you first post. And then totally, like, you guys nailed it. I was going to mention Marcin and Jane. So that is so funny that Lori said that, because I have them wrote down, like, about their Harley rides, and, the brand of what you do is, yeah, totally, Marcin. It's so easy. Don't think you have to be some, rodeo queen to post your brand. You don't. Something super, super simple. Your interests are of value, no matter what they are, okay? If it's, going out and throwing rocks in the pond, hey, that's great. Other people love to do that, right? So, anything that you love to do, really start thinking about your brand and what maybe other articles about that you want to pull in and post about, okay? It's a fun thing. It gets really fun to do that. And you're going to attract more people in your audience to those posts. And again, like the engaging, it's a big thing. So people are going to start engaging on those. And then, okay, this was mentioned, which is a really super important thing, is friending other Plexus teammates to get ideas on posting. This is why anytime our team adds a brand new ambassador and they add them to the team page, I friend them right away so that they at least have me to go through my Facebook. They can share, not share, copy and paste, but you guys know what I mean now by share. They can share anything that I post. They can repost it, gives them ideas, suggestions. They can make it their own. They can post exactly what I said, whatever. It's out there for the taking when I post it. But a great thing to do is go to the team page And then if you're on your phone, like I have an Android, so I have to go to like info, and then I go to members, and then you can pick, or you can select members, and then it's going to show you everybody within our team page. And you can go through and start friending some people, and maybe some will accept, maybe some won't. Don't be butthurt, I'm going to say, if people don't, because some people are funny about that. They don't. I'm glad I can make you laugh, TW. It's the only thing I can think of, all right? So, it's being vulnerable here. But they, you know, some people don't want to do that. You know, find some people that you can friend, and you're more than welcome. I know I don't want to speak for everybody, but I know this team is amazing. We've always talked about this. You know, go and get some ideas, and don't be afraid to use those posts. We all want to see every one of you succeed. So we have probably stole that post that you're reading. And so we want you to steal it too, okay? So you have our permission. And then scheduling posts is a great idea, because I know it gets so busy. And sometimes it's easy when I say being consistent, and you're thinking, Jeannie, I have a full-time job. How am I going to post? You know, the ideas, I just can't find them. Okay, I'm going to post a video like the ladies talked about saving posts. I'm going to post a video to show you guys. I have before. We're going to do that again to teach you guys how to save posts, because I will tell you what, when I learned that, it was a lifesaver, okay? And those are ideas that you can go back into. I'll show you how to do that you can post later. But within your personal Facebook, I had posted, and I can pull that back up, where you can schedule posts on that. You can go in and actually, when you put your post in, it comes up and it brings schedule later, and then you can pick a time and a day to schedule that, okay? And also there are a bunch of apps out there that you can use. There's Tiny Torch, there's Buffer, Mandy and Libby, I know you guys are good at those. I can't remember some of the others, but we can post those for you guys too, and there's some apps that you can learn, and then you can put those in there, and then you can schedule your whole week of posts too, if that makes it easy. Like on a Sunday, go through your saved posts, go through your friends, you know, find some posts that you like. But like was mentioned, being real is my biggest thing that I always tell everybody who signs up with me, because I am super passionate about that, because you can't be somebody else. You can't, okay? So I encourage you to try to make it your own. Always try to make it sound like it's coming from you, okay? That's one of the biggest things. So when you're doing these scheduling, just think about that. You know, when you're copying and pasting and going into those, think about, are my friends going to really believe that I posted that? Okay, maybe a few words different might be all it takes. But don't think you need to post exactly like even what a Jewel in the company posts, because that's not right, okay? That's not what it takes. They want to see you. They do not care what anybody else is posting. They want to see, okay, this is how GW, I mean, we know GW has his like awesome posts and his wording, and he's a man. Him and Marson have those short, like my husband. I don't know how they do that, but I have to like do 10 sentences out of their 2 to get the point across, right? Okay, so they can do that. So if GW probably is gonna post, you know, this huge paragraph when he's usually like quick to the point, people are probably gonna be like, huh, yeah, okay. You know, good example. He takes them and he makes them his own, okay? So, all right, you guys, let's see, 7:32. Yeah, okay, you guys, the other ladies covered everything. It was amazing. Thank you, ladies, so much for sharing this. Any questions, thoughts, or other tips that have worked for you guys? Anybody wants to share before we let you all go? You can unmute or message me to unmute you if you don't know how. Anything?
Fine. You know I'm going to step in. You
Stop,
know I
was waiting.
Fine. Okay, so when this is just another little tip, because I mean, it's happened to me several times, and I'm sure I did it to people when I first started. Right under the awesome post, you see this awesome post, and you put, "Can I share this?"
Yes.
So what you have just done is turned their awesome post into an advertisement and nobody else is going to comment or do anything else or even read it. So don't ask them that way. You can share anything any of us have. You can share anything that gets put out on Facebook. If they don't like it, too bad for them. But if you really want to ask, do it in a message. Don't do it on their post. So that was like the one thing that I was thinking of that was really good. And I know like with the algorithms, it's been changing a lot, and we used to be able to post a lot more.
Yeah.
And they're saying post less. And we used to say post 3 times a day back in the beginning.
Yep.
So now it's like 1 post a day. 2 is kind of pushing it, but 1 post a day and then some personal stuff. So the more you post on Facebook, the less everybody is seeing your stuff right now too. So just be careful with too many Plexus posts. I know a lot of brand new ambassadors get excited and they will post 5, 6, 7 Plexus posts a day. And when they're not getting a lot of attention on it, then they feel like nobody's watching. They're watching, but not quite so many. Don't throw up your Plexus on them. So that's all I got.
Love it, Edith. You nailed it. And I forgot I had wrote down to not do that. So I have it on here. So I'm so excited that you brought that up because that's a great point. So thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to add?
Hey, Jeannie, this is Shayna.
Hello, Shayna.
Hey, one thing I think's been really cool for me, it's not necessarily been a post directly on my wall,
Okay.
but I've been really leveraging the stories lately.
Yes. Okay.
And this has been kind of cool because you can add an image of you drinking or shaking the drink on your story, or you can add a motivational, or you can add anything on your storyboard, and you'll notice you can actually see who's viewing it. And I've actually been able to use that as an opportunity to reach directly out to those people who have viewed my story for the day, or even people have commented directly to me and said, hey, like I noticed you put this on here today. What is it? Or they sent me a googly eye or a thumbs up or whatever. And that's a great way to engage back with those people. And it's not even on your wall, right? So it's just another avenue that you could use.
Awesome, Shayna. I am so glad you brought that up because I get notifications when you're adding to your story, and I have been needing to forever to ask you how you're doing that. So will you do a video for us on how you're doing that and share that on the team page?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Awesome. Thank you, Shayna, because I'm so glad you said that, because what I meant to tell you, what I love is because I've commented on that. So then I'm getting notifications when you've added something to that. And I'm like, how is she doing that? I'm like, that is so cool. So I'm super glad you brought that up because I would love to learn how to do that. And I'm sure maybe some others know how. I don't. So I would love to learn from you on that, Shayna.
Sounds good.
Thank you, ma'am. Awesome. Anybody else? Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'll get some of that stuff posted just to help. And please remind me if I forget. You guys know sometimes I forget, so please don't hesitate to remind me. Thank you, guys. Wonderful call, wonderful info shared tonight. I hope it helped you guys. And a call definitely to share with new ambassadors or anybody that just needs kind of a refresher. So, all right, you guys. Everybody have a great rest of your evening. And thank you, guys. Have a great week, too.